host, Eric Forsetter, and as always, it's great to have you back for another great installment of this week's EQ Video Tip. Before we get started, let's review the goals of EQ Video Tip. What's on tap today? Well, this is the first part of a 2-video series on 8 phrases that will boost your credibility. And it comes to us from Selena Rezvani. And let's face it, we all need to earn trust. It's so important to earn trust with someone, but there are certain phrases out there that if we use them, they give us instant credibility. And what better way to earn trust than to be credible with the people that you're working with on a day-to-day basis? Let's jump in and review some of Selena's great tips and phrases that you can use in everyday life and work to help build instant credibility. Tip number 1, I'd like to acknowledge, or I'd like to give credit to. Such an important phrase because it shows that you're willing to share the spotlight and it boosts your integrity right away. It's important we recognize the work of others and we share the spotlight with them so that everyone understands it's not all about me, or you in that case. So take a moment to acknowledge and thank and give credit to those who have done something. It could be in a team meeting, it could be just in a general conversation. Whenever you have that chance, make sure that no one loses credit for the work that they've done, and in fact, we're highlighting their accomplishments as well. Tip number 2, here's what we know today, or here's how we're going to build on what we know right now in the future. It's a great phrase for working with leadership or management or even your customer as well, because it gives you a nice progress update. Because sometimes you don't have all the information, or sometimes there are things that are out of your control. For example, a supply chain issue, or someone wasn't available to answer a question that you needed to relay the information to someone else to. Whatever the case may be, present the information you do have and explain that you're continuing to make progress, as well as don't apologize for being late per se, or not completing all the goals. Instead, talk about the progress you are working on and how you're going to finish the rest of it. It's okay to say, I don't have 100% of the information. In fact, it's better to say that than to make something else up. So when you're not sure, or when you have only a certain percent of the information, say to someone, here's what I know right now, and this is what we're going to do with it as well. Tip number 3, I'd love your feedback. And in fact, I really do want your feedback. Anytime you have feedback for me, Slack me, email me, message me, text me, because it matters so much to get that feedback. And in fact, it shows that you care about the opinions of others, your coworkers, your friends, your family. So if you want to improve your work, you're going to be open to opinions and thoughts and different ideas that will make you better. But you have to start by asking for feedback. So I'm going to ask you, I'd love your feedback. Thanks again. Our last tip. Here's a summary of the results. Summaries, like graphics, quick visuals, they help people understand and digest the information that's very complex, that's right in front of them. It also shows that you've done the research to really put in the work that was necessary and come up with a profound conclusion. Whenever you're finishing something, give a nice summary, quick graphic, quick visual, something that will say, hey, I put my work in and now I can give it to you in a digestible manner as well. And hopefully this content is digestible for you too. That's a wrap for this week's first portion of phrases that will boost your credibility. Come back next time to get the rest of the phrases that we have for you today. Also, use this information to customize your day and phrases that will help you sound more credible both in your personal and your work life.
So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.